It's the Wine Sleuth, and I'm here today in central London at the Stafford Hotel with Peter Gago, who is the winemaker of Penfolds, Grange, as a matter of fact.
One of the wines.
One of the wines, yes. So, Peter, tell me a little bit, what are we trying today? Because we did have Grange earlier.
Yes, we did indeed. But look, this is the 1998 bin 28, and I think oftentimes when people think Penfolds, they think bin 707, which we try today, and Grange and whatever, but they forget about Kalimna Hill at entry level, the bin 28s, the wines really that have made Penfolds in the modern era. You know, Penfolds, we've been around since, 1844, 166 years.
Wow. So Grange is kind of a newcomer then.
Yeah, relatively. Look, even this wine has been made without fail since 1959. In the early days, we thought 1962, but we found some fully packaged labels in 28 through 59. So, you know, these are important wines in our portfolio. And they just with age. This is only 12 years old, but it's actually a bit on the young side as a 12-year-old.
So this is 100%?
100% Shiraz, matured in smaller oak hogsheads, 300-litre barrels. But the thing with the 28 style, none of those barrels are new. So I guess you could say for Penfolds, when we look at the different labels, they're all made to a stylistic template. Not to a formula, but to a style.
Right.
And we vary sourcings quite often, we vary the amount of new oak quite often, or with some it's very prescriptive. We do make single vineyard wines, we do make wines from single regions. But this is an example of a wine made from across South Australia.
And you're going for a specific style?
A warmer climate Shiraz style for this, whereas its brother or sister wine, bin 128, is specifically from Kalimna and matured in French oak.
Right, so this is American. It's American, just like me.
Just like you. There we go.
So go ahead.
No, I was going to say we're advocates of the use of American oak. And Penfolds, we use a lot of French oak as well as American, but we like using both, as we like using new and old, depending upon the style.
All right. So what is the style of this particular?
Well, this one here, we let the fruit do the talking. Yes, Syrah or Shiraz, and it's in the early days, hence the name Kalimna. It originally came just from that one region, but now it's known as the Kalimna Shiraz bin 28 style. But it's a warmer climate style which has a generosity of fruit and flavour. Unlike perhaps bin 128, which is a little bit more defined, and the French oak tends to give the wine a bit more structure and focus.
Right.
This fills the mouth, there's a lushness to it, there's a generosity of fruit. And it's quite deceptive because the wine ages very well.
Yeah,
as
it's
a 12-year-old, look at that colour.
I mean, it's sort of hard to tell, but it is still looks very, very
young. As a 12-year-old, indeed.
Beautiful, and it smells amazing.
Yeah. You know, there are still primary fruit characters, but some of the secondary notes are starting to creep in. A little bit of leather, a little bit of licorice, a little bit of chocolate, but not just singularly, part of a continuum of flavour and character.
Yeah. Great. Well, thank you very much, Peter.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. And this is the Wine Sleuth saying, see ya. Thanks, Peter.
Adieu.